Alright, 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 alright. Let me go ahead and turn on this. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Now, I know what you're thinking. How in the world did this happened? How it came to this? Well, this is part one of the first time ever showing something new to the original series. And of course, this is the Forge mode where everything that I did from the past, you're finally going to be revealed in front of your eyes of all these crazy ideas and stuff that I've recently created and may have fixed a couple of like adjustments to other maps as well. So this is something new and bizarre that anyone hasn't ever seen before. I'm gonna get right into this. It's been a while since I've been going on something like this. I mean, if you are probably familiar or new about this, then you probably would like seeing what type of things I've done over, but if have not, what I basically about to present is all the stuff from the past of my younger age I did over times in Halo. And it's not gonna just be like this type of Halo 5 only. There's gonna be other ones as well too. So if you're into like Forge, if you want to see the cool ideas, you're welcome to take a look and stand by and sit down and watch. Now let me go ahead and get my face cam going here. Alright. This is not the real, it's the fake one, but at least it'll be interesting to actually know it's going to go down. I can't wait to actually present myself into this, back into an old memory lane. But I want everyone who's new to this or haven't seen it, whatever it may be, to just take a look, because it really like, and that's of course me right there. You can see I used to play a while back. Only got to rank 68 because I retired from ranking in this system and went on Master Chief Collection. But anyways, hope you guys will enjoy this. This is something really like interesting to actually go through. I'm not so sure what else I'm gonna be presenting here, but I know that I'm gonna be showing off all the ideas and stuff. So this is really new, and I won't be just Halo 5 again. I will be also in Halo Reach. It will be also in Halo Master Chief Collection when I'm able to build that. But right now, so far, I only did things like from Halo Reach to Halo 5, and that's about it. Because I've been on Minecraft basically. So what basically in this original series, I'll be showing you all these cool maps that I've done over the past years. Because I did spend some time in Halo Forge, so it wasn't just in Minecraft only. I was able to spend time in doing some justifications in Halo Forge, from Halo Reach to where it all started in Halo 5, which continued it. But as I don't want to go too much talking into the menu, I'm gonna get right into this. I will be chatting with anybody who likes these ideas or into this stuff, because this is, you know, my first time in part one doing something like this for the original series. So that's why everything is completely different. Just so that way you could be entertained for a while. Alright. I'll go to my files. I did so many times over the years and fixed so many stuff. So we got like a bunch of maps here. Again, if you want to stand back and watch by, you could. If you want to be like, how you say this? You want to be just waiting until it's done live streaming, then you're welcome to be one of those people. But what I want to show you is one of these right here. Only reason why I want to show you this is because it's really exciting. Invitation only. Alright, let's start game. What I'm gonna do first is I'm gonna show the Forge, and then I'm gonna show it how it plays in custom game, because it's been a while back. This is the first ever what introduced me to do all these stuff where you have to go all the way to the top and try to not get killed at the same time, try to survive as best as possible. This 2012 map inspired me to do something interesting, because it came from Reach, and that's why I was able to think of something, but this is it the behind the scenes, how where it all starts. So basically, you have your pinpoint starters, and then you have all these stuff that come through. You can tell I have an invisible wall because some of these how you call it, kill balls have been flying off and cross and they never return, or they just like were going way too fast and they end up not coming back. So that's why I put that there. So if you try to jump, you might want to be careful. You can tell all the stuff are in the way. Oh my gosh, it's like a nightmare. I remember the controls again. Okay, there you go. I spawned all the vehicles in there and it goes all the way down. Think of it as like a death lane, trying to survive it. And all they have to do, their goal, is get right here. You have mines as well. It's really loud. You have to get to this little like end place where if you reach this destination, you win. Basically make it a home run. It was a really crazy idea. Supposedly I had like a little like, how you see this? Had some sort of like wall barrier before adding all these vehicles, because if I just spawn it like that, they'll never reappear like that. So that's why I did that, so that all these stuff can start dropping down. Move over here. Let me see if I can get down. You can tell that all the stuff are still there and that thing is flat in the air. The whole goal, again, is just to get it all the way to the top and you make it to home run. You do that, you'll be fine. I didn't forget about taking that for some reason. But that was kind of a bust. But enough, let's get out of this forge. Let's see how it plays in custom games, because I like doing that a lot. To actually show you what it really plays out. So what you have to do is you have to go to file option, play this in custom, and then you have to choose a mode, because sometimes the mode does some weird stuff. I think it's called action sack. There you go. And you've only put it 1 because it's just to me. So if you're familiar with balls that you're trying to get all the way to the top and things flying at you and you're trying to use your gravity hammer, that's basically what this is. And I finally it took me a while in the past, but I was able to get it right. Look at that. It's crazy. You're like, what's going on? Trust me, I did a lot of stuff when I was like in the past young teenage years, so don't be surprised. This is basically what it does. You have to like go to the top and try to avoid everything and use your gravity hammer to try to not get attacked by anything, because the mines are dangerous too as well. Oh, you can see that. I gotta tell you, it's really a challenge though. You have to try to escape, that's the whole point. And thanks to the little like instant settings, I was able to make it right enough to make it worth able to go all the way to the top and try to escape. It's similar like Time Splitters, where if you don't have like a navigation point, you're really gonna not be able to have online people play it and win some points. And the more times you escape, the more you score. That's the whole situation about this map. So
5 minutes remain.
Oh yeah, and there's time. So if nobody's making it and the time it runs out, that means we're not doing good or we suck, in other words. And that's the whole goal, is just making it to the escape point enough till you can get through. Let me try one more time. This is really tricky. Oh no. See how difficult that is? You gotta really like do your best, and your running skills are horrible. Because again, at original action sack, you can barely run as fast as possible. That was the whole point of it. Oh! You see? It's really like charging. You gotta be careful. Oh, and it didn't make it. But yeah, that's what the action sack of the original is. If you're into games that are mostly things come down, they have that in the Master Chief Collection, but it's mostly in Reach now. It's not like this. But to have it like this it's really cool, and actually to try it out, it makes it fun for people who like something like this. It gets people vibe to it. Of course, I'm first. Oh, look at that! Almost got me. So that's the one of the first maps I wanted to show. It's pretty interesting if you tell me. But now let's look at some cool, interesting stuff. I think that I'm in the wrong one. Go to the map. So all these maps are inspired by a lot of players, and over time I made adjustments to make it work. But the one I do want to show is this one because I played this a lot. That's why I'm going to show it right now. It's called the Neighborhood. If you're familiar with just a regular neighborhood, that's what this is. And over the time I managed to make enough adjustments to actually get it to an actually custom map. Because a lot of gamers would kill just to play something like this. It sucks that in Halo Reach you don't have that type of not unlimited, but most likely like sense of good designing that can make it look like a neighborhood, because it's all like texture and old classics. Like if you're like looking at a silver city, that's what basically the Reach is. You can tell I added side effects too to make it actually work, and that was with it already. How did I end up making a creation like this? Well, in Neighborhood, I wanted to change the design and add some weaponry, so it's not just about infection, that you can also do other stuff. I made some justifications, like for instance, you could tell that this has a little bit more adjustment to it, and then this level is an actual level 2nd, so it's more firepower and resistant, and it's really loud too, so you have to like be extremely cautious about that. And then these sound effects are like crowds. They're basically good with the environment. And this car that comes through it was just built there already, so it's really cool in designing. I mean, you could be really fun with this. You can tell I blocked. If you see, there's an invisible wall, so no one can just go through and escape. But you can be able to grab weaponry and be designed, and then they have some of these as well. So it's a really fun map. Mostly, it's the houses that you go inside. There's a way to get in there. I don't think this one's it. I think they closed it off. I think it's that one right there that you can get in. They don't have this in, unfortunately, in the Master Chief Collection, because they wanted to focus more on the game than the weaponry. There's a way to open this. You have to wait for the button to come through. There you go. It opens like that. It's kind of weird, but it works. This is the inside. To interact, you have to like open doors. This is the shower. I had to make a lot of weapons in every area. This is my favorite one out of everything I've seen. I like this weapon a lot. And play a lot of Master Chief Collection. Somehow that closes automatically. But the whole point is, like, every room has weaponry, so you can grab weapons and shoot them down. Including the spawns. You can tell I added some random spawns, some red team spawns, so it's not just one place you're playing at. You can play many other places, including the outside. And then here's another favorite of my gun. Instead of blue, it shoots red. Like, yikes. Let me see if I can open this door. Or I'll just go into the garage. So the whole point of this was just to make a map that's fun, exciting, and make it at least entertaining. So when players are fighting against each other, they're actually fighting in this neighborhood, in their backyard. So it makes sense to where they're actually shooting at or fighting. It's like you get the hang of it once in a while. I like this weapon too as well. I added this so you could snipe someone from the distance, shoot them down. Only thing that doesn't in Halo 4 doesn't have is something like this. You can go close. That's the only thing it doesn't have. Rather than that, everything seems good. You can't use that thing where you hold it and it shoots anymore. Not on this one. So let's look at an outside view of it. So this is how the outside looks like. It's this small vacancy area. It's surrounded in this snow glacier. This is where I did the like tanks versus tanks, but since this they made it a little smaller and floating, I don't really mind. It makes a cool landscape that it looks like you're in an actual snowing like Big Bear Mountain. When really, and there goes the car. Really, it's just like a small area that they just closed off to make it actually interesting and put in side effects. I give a proud person who created something like that. I just made adjustments to ensure that it got much better. As before, it didn't have any of this. It was barren. It was hard. It couldn't even play on it. So I took the liberty of making it work and adjusted it right so it could be playable. So it's not just the custom games. It is, you can also play it and also as well in Faction and I think what do you call it? Team deathmatch as well. But it's only like red versus blue. If you go to other team, you won't be able to spawn. So that's unfortunate. Alright, so this next one, since I don't want to board with just showing off maps, there is a map I do want to show, because it was a while back. I'm trying to find it first, because these are like a while ago maps. Because you could tell there's so many variety of these maps, but this is the one I created myself. I'm gonna show it off in Forge right now, since it's really cool. And this is called the Ball Run. If you heard of Indiana Jones, how when in that we call it the Raiders of the Lost Ark, there's this scene where he's about to grab this little golden and he uses something to replace it, and as he grabs it, all of a sudden the whole place starts to shake. Everything starts to go incredibly crazy, and then all of a sudden you see this whole landscape start falling apart, and he's running for his life, and then this crazy ball comes out of nowhere, and if he doesn't make it on time to the end point, that ball will crush him. So that's basically what it is. So there's the ball, you can tell right there. This is right now, it doesn't look like it's much, but it's right there floating. And basically your whole goal is to run all the way down somewhere on there. All the way down. I'm trying to see where exactly. It's like you're going this way and you run as fast as possible. You could tell. And you have to start running for your life. I don't think it's this one I created, but this what adjustments at this one that I did is I fixed it up to make it work, and you just have to run for your life. Basically, that teleports you somewhere. Let me see if it still works. Yeah, it does. And you have to like go fast as possible, just running and running and running. Let me see if I can make it faster just doing this. Oh yeah, and you have to like slide, because if you don't slide, you're dead. What's the point of sliding? See, that's how you slide. I don't know who created it. That was kind of neat what they did. Looks like everything's being destroyed. Then you get down here. You make it past this. I don't know what that does, but let me find out. Oh, you have to be careful. You have to like jump as fast as possible. You got one bad move, there you go, you're dead. So that's why you have to be careful. And as you run, you make it past here. And this it's like a little slide, so it's like really bizarre. And then the finish line right there, if you can make it. And that's it. That's what this one's about. Go ahead and leave Forge. You kind of get the style of it, but that's one of the maps I was able to adjust. And before I show the run to the shine thing, I want to show my map that I created. There it is. This is the one I created. And then I'll show both of them in custom games. So the one I created was like a, what do you call it? A kill ball, the largest one that if it touches you, you're completely dead. And you have to wait until the next round. So I was able to make this map as much as long as possible to make it fun at least. So if you're like want to run, just pure run, this is what you're talking about. This is rather you run for your life or you stay still to die. So there's no turning back, and whoever, you know, survivors gets the point between the other ones. That's what basically this is. You have to open that up. And you can tell the ball's already coming. So you have to like run for your life. Run until, you can tell every time it gets destroyed, you can tell it's getting closer when it's moved forward. So the whole ball that you see right there, you have to try to run as fast as you can. You try not get killed, and you have to make it all this craziness right there. You can tell the ball is getting closer. So as you get closer, you could tell the ball is getting faster because you can hear the explosions, and you have to go all this little gap in area, and it takes you right to the end point. Because this is a very long run. You have to be running fast. And there's a couple obstacles. You got to jump and slide. Not slide, but make the fastest. There's little areas you have to be careful too. You try to not go in. And the whole ending, if you can make it to McDonald's, that's the whole point. If you make it to McDonald's, you win. And that's the... I just found this sculpture because it was cool. And I kind of put it there as the main ending point. So you could barely see the ball coming. And if you're fast enough, you can make it to McDonald's. Yeah, that's the whole strategy of this. And the outside, how it looks, this is how it looks outside. You could tell it starts from there. You make it all the way past there. And as you move across, you can make it all the way to that structure. And that's how you win. And then the special effects, I just made it more sandy, so it does make sense. I don't know where the kill ball's at. It's probably right there. Yeah, you can tell it's right there. So if you make it past at least this area, you'll be fine. But I don't guarantee staying there because look at the ball's already coming down. Yeah, it looks like it's already coming down a little bit. No, it's still there. Okay, then you're fine right here. But if you really want to score and win, you might want to get right there instead. I don't recommend staying there. You'll lose. So those are the two maps that I wanted to show. Let's put them in action, how they play out. Because I do like playing these maps. They remind me of the good old days. And I was like playing in and having fun at the same time. Don't get me wrong, there's so many maps here, so let's go ahead and start with this one. In the mode I put it was, of course, Indiana Jones. You gotta find it first in all these ones, because I fixed them over time. Oh yeah, it's just run, okay. I put it as run. That's the score. It's like win one, win to score. Every time you win a round, you get score a point. Ball Run, Desert Fleet. Probably in Halo Infinite would be different if I were able to go to custom games and start doing something like that. Who knows how it'll run. Alright, it's timed. You gotta be quick. Alright, let's do this. Your whole point is run, don't look back. You gotta be fast. Any small moves, mistakes, you're dead. So you can hear it. You gotta run as quick as possible. You You don't run fast or you make mistakes, you can end up dead. It's coming quick though. I say you have to be careful. If you stop, you're dead. You're dead. Just continue running. Oh, I can hear it getting closer. You run it. Oh, oh, oh! I can hear it. It's coming close. It's getting very close. I can hear it. I'm running as fast as possible. I don't know if I'm gonna make it.
1 minute left.
I could hear it. Oh ho ho ho! I don't know if I'm gonna make it. I can hear it. Gotta watch out for the landmines. I tested many times to make sure it works, so don't worry about the testing. I just gotta worry about it not to die. I can hear it. Alright, I think I'm gonna make it. I might make it. Alright, alright, alright.
30 seconds.
Made it to McDonald's. There you go.
Round
1 point for me. So that's the basic comps if you're into this type of stuff, which was cool. And you can see people's scoreboard. So the moment you press this keypad, that's how it wins. But I would not wait there because the time can end. Oh shoot! There you go. It's just you're say one of those people who want to look around and like I wouldn't recommend it, but you're just looking. You can see the ball coming right away. You're taking your time or making mistakes. See, I don't want to make mistakes because I can die easily. Yeah, I can hear it. Oh shoot, it's coming. I already made a mistake by staying still. Take too long and it could be the end of you. See if I can make it again. Oh, and I made. It died. One mistake, there it happened. And you could use this little like thing to check other players. But that's the whole strategy. And I basically died at the impact. I didn't really make it. They're like, what happened? That's basically when you have other online players, it's fun to watch them to see if they actually will live or not. That's the whole point of that one. Now let's try the shrine one. That's a little bit more challenging. Because I made adjustments on that one as well. Okay, this is it. It's the same mechanics but difference. It's a little bit more of a challenge. They added like a couple of like glimpse stuff to the thing to make it more harder. So if you're really good at running, you're really good at obstacles, this is probably a little bit for more hardcore opponent players who like that stuff. Alright, alright. I don't know if it's the right mode, but I'm gonna find out. This is gonna be more challenging. There I go.
Let's go to work.
And here I go. The run for my life. Run like I mean it. Maybe the wrong mode. If I die, that means it's the wrong mode. So far, it looks everything's going smoothly good. Okay. I'm gonna run fast as possible. I don't know how I'm gonna make it there, but I'll find out. Alright, here we go. Oh, and I died. I didn't make it. Darn.
1 minute left.
I was so close to win. Very close. Basically, when you die, you have to wait until the time expires. You can't really, unless someone scores. It's like, darn it. I could have made it there. It's kind of a challenge, but if you ask me, there is players that actually made it through. You just got to be careful when you're in the impact zone, because you don't know what you're expected.
30 seconds.
That's why I put it at a time limit of at least 2 minutes, because I know how long players will get irritated waiting. So you got to put a specific time, so when when the next round comes up, they'll be up and running to go already.
10 seconds.
All right, come on. If it doesn't work, then it means something's wrong or something didn't go right.
Round 1.
You have to wait for the next round. Here we go.
Work together and we'll take this.
Here we go. I'm gonna try to make it as fast as possible. As if I don't get killed. You can tell there's already a rock there. They put rocks so they can try to kill you or cut you off from winning. Yeah, they'll just be fast enough to overcome it. Alright, here we go. Damn it. Failed there. I made it. My goodness, I thought I was gonna be done for. Alright, let's see if I can make it this without getting hit by the rock. Oh! There was a trap. Damn. This is a challenging one. If you're not careful, you end up dying. So that's the whole point of this one. The run to the shine. If you're good, you'll make it there in freedom. If not, your chances of survival will be low. And whoever wins gets to show themselves that they made it to the first gates. That's kind of neat, if you ask me. So now we've done all the running maps. How about let's find a cool racing one while you're at it. There's a lot of good racing ones that I made adjustments over time. But I think there's one good racing one that actually is by far like really awesome. It could be one of these. Oh yeah, okay, I know. Okay, so I think it's this one, the mushroom. Let's see what we have here. This is like the race. There's two different ones. But let's go ahead and show you what this one looks like. So a Halo kart is similar to the Mario Kart. Instead of those power-ups, I wish we could use power-up. That would be kind of cool. But it's just you're just driving around and trying to make it through as possible to the finish line every time. Okay, excuse me. But I like showing these maps because each of these maps are like kind of cool and interesting as you go along the road, because you don't know what's expecting or what's gonna come through. But I like showing you each of these maps over the years because these really inspired a lot of us from a young age, including me, and I was able to play it along with all kinds of players. Alright, so this is where we start. Basically, you start with a bunch right here with all these, I think, mongooses. And let's use a bigger car. And you drive all the way over here. So you can able to go around this little area. And for some reason, my speed just keeps dying. Now there's this little like path which is kind of cool. Takes you underground. And you're driving around. The whole point of this is to try to beat the other player in racing. So if you're into racing, you don't like fighting much, you could try racing maps. And this is cool. You can actually have something like firing that blocks you from winning. You get around there. You can have two directions. You make it over here to the finish line. That's the whole purpose. And this little, I think you die if you touch this. Yeah, you see you die. It's lava basically. So there's no way you could survive that. It's a cool like field race to go around and fight other opponents in racing abilities. Go ahead and leave this. I'm showing you like a glimpse of that one, and I'm probably gonna show you a glimpse of another one before we actually start a racing thing. Because the whole purpose of this whole Forge experience is to show how cool these maps really are, and the most ones I actually played. Because you have Avalanche 2 that did with Action Sack, and that was pretty neat. If you're welcome to try this yourself, you can look into my gamer tag and you can try out these maps yourself from the previous past. I mean, I don't really intend on playing them because I retired from playing this version. I think another exciting but mostly difficult one, it wasn't Jungle Rush, but it was this one as well. This one was kind of hard, and let me show you why it was difficult. I was able to fix it up and patch it because before it didn't work at all for any reason. So I had to make justifications and I had to make some perks to make it up and running so it can actually be playable in this map. But this is one of the hardest maps to race because it's not only about racing, you gotta actually, it feels like a roller coaster. You have to hang on or you'll fall and die. That's basically what this map is. So if you're not careful, you're gonna end up as a dead person. So this is how you start. You have all these mongooses there, and your whole strategy is to go through all this lane coasters one by one, and you can make it all around, over and out. You have a chance to make it to the finish line, which I think the finish line's somewhere around here, because it's really like a ride. You have to be careful. I think this is where the finish line is. This is the finish line. If you can make it right here to the finish line, then you won't have a problem. That's basically, this is finish line's right there, and you make it, you're done going through all that entire area. This is what makes it cool about this. So you can't go backwards, but you can go forward. That's the whole purpose, so no one can try to cheat. But yeah, that's the whole finish line there. It's a really difficult map, but if you're good at the distancing and turning and going fast, this is what the map is. It's kind of a challenge, but if you're good at it, you'll make it through. And it's basically the entire landscape of this. Oh, it looks like I passed the boundaries. There's no air obstacles, so if you fall, you're dead. That's it. It's game over for you. That's Pipe Dream. If you're familiar, it's just really insane map to actually drive in through. Unless I have time to show you one more map in the racing category. And here's this one. This one's fun. I was able to fix it, but it's if you like Jurassic Park a lot, you're gonna love this map, because this map is a racing Jurassic Park map that takes you to the journey. But that's what this is. This is about, to showing you the exclusives of how the map was built and where it's actually located at. Hello. I have to wait for the time though. Once the time is ready, it's good to go. Let me see how my audio is doing as well. Okay. You can tell it's just right there. Okay. So basically you start right here and you drive around up. Once you make it up, your whole goal and objective is just trying to make it to, I think there's a little like point where you can, oh yeah, right here. This is the finish line. And this is like a little dimension. Let me see if I can go all the way up. Okay, there it is. Oops, I went way too high. So this is the finish line, and as you go through, you move all the way across there, and you try to move all the way around up there, and it takes you beyond the sides. So it's like a little dangling race you have to like go through, and then it's like a little zigzag, and then you go from there, you move to that center, and as you move over there, let me see if I can move a little forward, it takes you to that little park, Jurassic Park sign. And as you move forward, you could tell that there's a little area that you have to come across, and from there it should take you right to the finish line. That's the whole strategy of this. It's pretty interesting, if you're telling me what I mean. I like to try these maps because I don't like staying in for a while just like that. Okay, so I think the first one we should start is that hard racing one. Oh yeah, and then there's a coaster. You know what, let's actually try this one. The reason why I want to put this one because it's pretty like, it's pretty intense. But I think there's a certain race you have to use it. It's race. I think it's rally race. Rally race takes you up there. And what I fixed it upon this because it was pretty cool. But again, you have to be extremely careful because you could die. That's the only thing. And if you're not careful, it could really cause you really harsh pain. Again, I'm gonna make parts of this, so if I'm not done today showing all kinds of maps, I'll probably do more another time. But that's the whole point of this, is just showing these maps for the people's entertainment. Oh, that's a checkpoint. Oh, I see. Okay. You have to be careful. I know sometimes the video will mess up a little bit. Can't really fix that, but hopefully it doesn't become a problem. And there I go. Whoa ho 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 ho! Now that is crazy. You have to try to hold on and try not to get killed. That's the whole purpose. You have to be extremely careful because you could still get killed easy. Kind of like similar to a ride, but instead you have to race for it. You have to be really, really fast and hold on as best as possible. If you don't hold on, you fall off. That's all I'm saying. So you have to really like catch a grip on it. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, okay, okay. Almost there. Oh, that was so much of the easy part. It's still gonna be a hard part coming through. And maybe I could be wrong. Who knows? Only one way to find out is to try it out myself. Whoa, almost fell off. You gotta really be careful. Looks like I'm making it so far, haven't got any problems lately. Whoa. You can't expect too much like loops or anything because the car won't be able to do that. I wish it can. It would be kind of cool. It actually does loop. I think the only one that does that is Forza. If you haven't seen Forza, they do all these crazy loops that actually works. If you go fast enough. If you're not fast enough, you end up falling and dropping. You don't die, but that's basically what happens. Whoa, 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 whoa. See if I can make it. Oh, I almost fell off. I have to really be careful. You have to be fast at this too. You can't be slow. Only be slow when you make it to turns. Looks like I might make it. Alright, looks like I made it. I'm a lead. What's cool about this? Ooh, I have to be
2
careful.
minutes left.
Whoa, ho, ho, I almost fell. Gotta be careful. Yeah, that's why you have to be extremely careful. Looks like I got 3 points so far. That's basically what this map is. Let me see. That's what this racing one is. You're not expecting too much, but you're expecting at least a cool glide. Takes you up and down coasters. Looks like I'm the lead. Says Cover Coaster. So far, I've shown you a lot of cool stuff that you've seen. But the one I do want to show is the Jurassic 1 Park version. But it's not in Rally Race. I think it's number 2. Rally Race number 2. They're using bigger cars. What I like about this one is it's pretty neat. If you're familiar with the racing, it actually shows something cool, exciting that you're actually looking forward to. I won't have time to necessarily show all the racing ones, but the popular ones that I actually play a lot. That makes it exciting. I hope that Infinite does do something like this, but in a way that makes it much cooler and easier to actually create maps and actually have the split screen. So without that, it will really not look good. Alright, here I go. Alright, here making a turn. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Come on, we can do this. Alright, alright. Whoa! Alright, alright. Could have failed there, but I didn't. I made it. So far the lead, but if you start losing gain or speed, something like that, you end up not becoming the lead anymore. It was good enough a fix to actually make it work. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Before it wasn't working at all, but thanks to justifications, I was able to get it working and up and running. You can tell I'm already in the Jurassic Park's entrance. You can tell right there by looking at it. It's a cool, actually take clarity at the race. Let me see, since there's nobody here, that's my last time looking at it. And there's the entrance. Like, hell yeah. Alright, alright. Let's move it around. Whoa, if you're kind of familiar with this, this is the part where the dude's gets stuck and he can't navigate where the boat's at. And so a dinosaur, that one that with the thing, kills him from up there. It was raining. Yeah, that's what this scene is. They just changed it up, but it's a cool cameo. You're familiar with those cameos around. Whoa, ho, ho. Okay, alright, alright. This one's kind of tricky. You have to be careful. Usually I don't jump in that other direction, but if you want to try it out yourself, you could do it. Whoa, ho, ho, ho. Okay. Would I make it? No, I died. I didn't make it. Will I make it now? Yeah, I made it this time. That happens if you don't make it really well, that you end up dying. And there you have it. This is the start at the beginning, and that's Jurassic Park, the racing map. Be fun when you're playing with other players. Though I retired this, you're welcome to try this yourself on my gamer tag. If you see this, you can able to take a look in Halo 5. I'll take you right into the game. It's pretty cool. And there's me. Whoever's the winner does that. Remember, I had fun all the time playing these maps, and I still do. Okay, so I guess I could show a little bit of a difficult racing one. This one's hard. This one takes about a bunch of deaths if you're not careful. You have to be really you have to be really like easy with your routes. If you're not easy with your routes, you can end up dying. Earlier I showed you how the map was looking like, so this is gonna be like the trial of how it actually plays out. And I actually fixed it so it actually works now. Before it didn't work, so I was able to make adjustments, and that's how the pipe dream became a reality in gameplay. If someone can make this in Halo Reach in the Master Chief Collection, I'll be kind of neat. They actually can't make this work. They actually put their efforts to it. Alright, there we go. I'm gonna try my first shot. Here we go. Hope I don't get killed. Whoa. Gotta be careful. It's kind of a tricky, but if I'm used to it, if I make it through, I won't have a problem. Point is to make it to the finish line. Whoa, 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 whoa. Got this, I got this. I gotta like try to slide, cause one wrong move and you're dead. Whoa, that was close. Very close. Could have died. Oh, this is gonna be difficult. Oh no! No! Dead. Darn it! That purple one's like tricky. If you're not careful, that ends up happening. This is my second try now. I died. Oh, I'm kind of tossing. Oh, I thought I was done for. Whoa. Oh no! There goes my car.
Suicide.
Darn it. It's very challenging. You gotta like be careful with this. It's all about patience and stability. If you have patience and stability, you could able to make it. And you have to be very, very careful. You can see my problems. I'm going way too fast. I have to watch out for that. When you're racing with other players, it makes it really challenging. You gotta like watch out for you on your back. Okay. Let's see if I can make it. I'm close to the purple any second now. These pipe dreams, you have to like watch out. You don't watch out, it'll eat you alive. Alright, here it is. I should be slow on this. I think that's the biggest mistakes the players are making, is going way too fast. Alright, I'm almost there. I'm almost there. Oh. Oh. Booyah, I made it. That's first point. That's pipe dream. Really fun with other players around, but that's basically the concept of the idea of this. To have fun with this whole thing. There goes the first map I've done. And I guess I can show one more map just to entertain. There's so many of them. You got the similar to NASCAR Stadium, but instead it's something different. And then you got the Jungle Rush, which is cool too. This is by far one of the first maps ever created for racing. I'm gonna go ahead and play it though. Let me see if I can get to Rally Race 2. What I like about this map is when you're facing against online players, you have these cars like clearing your entrance or something like that. And your whole goal and idea is just make it to the finish line as possible. I might have put the wrong mode. Who knows? I'm about to find out myself. This is nobody. I like showing you the beginning. This is Jungle Rush. You have the music, look at that. From Halo 3. That's what it greets you in the entrance when you're going through. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Let me see if I can make it. What's cool about this is you have to like move around as fast as possible and try to not get any harm or away from anything else. Oh snap. It's gonna take a while to get there, but I was able to match it up. I like the lighting. What the lighting does, it makes the environment more smoother, like at night. But you have to, these trees can really cause damage. You have to try to be careful with them. It's not like Grand Theft Auto where you can just easily toss them aside. They could be in your way, so you have to be careful. And you have this little area right here where you go in there and it jumps you right across. It gives you like a boost. Whoa, whoa, whoa. You gotta make it to that checkpoint as fast as possible. Might be the wrong mode, who knows? I'm about to find out. Look at the first lap. There we go. Whoa! It's like, what happened? I don't think these work, but I could try them out. Oh yeah, they do work. I'm shocked and surprised. You can use these as well. They have really bright lights. That's kind of cool. Actually showing some larger lights to drive around. But that's the point of this map, is you're basically trying to survive other players. Whoa! Looks like I'm floating like crazy. Why is it going so slow? All this, the luggage is causing it to burn. That's the whole point of this one. Let me go ahead and end it. That's the whole point of Jungle Rush. You make it through the finish line, you will have no problem. Alright, enough of these racing maps. I'm gonna show you a couple of more cool maps. I think a cool map into the horror section, because I do want to show something scary. 'Cause these are the maps I know. Horror, realistic, doesn't matter. Because a lot of players build a lot of cool stuff over the time. Even classic ones, like, there's a lot of classic maps. Okay, so in the horror section, there is a cool map that I do want to show. Okay, so it's the 8 pages, and what I like about this, I think it's better to play this in Forge. What I like about the 8 pages is you're basically in the virus version. You have to try to survive in the darkness and try not to get killed by any invisible opponents, because it's hard to see. And your whole strategy is to stay in a group. You cannot be separated. If you be separated, your likely chances of dying will be increased, because that's how your vulnerability, because these infections will run fast enough to kill you in an instant. You have to try to be careful as much as possible, but I'll show you what the map looks like. Okay. You can tell this is supposed to be Slender Man. It's creepy. That's supposed to be Slender Man. That's just a statue. Let me go ahead and stay down. So this is the building of the 8 pages. If you look over there, that's basically where the little like place where they find another page around. Usually it's light, but when you go to the actual custom game, it's more darker than this. Let me look at the map. The map is like this large landscape. They put it all around. I can move fast. There you go. So they put it under this little island, and it's surrounded by rocks to keep it from anyone escaping. You can find like a lot of like structures that are familiar, like this tunnel you've seen from the game. This is supposed to be some rock site, but they just added this. You got more rocks. Pelican they just added. And then over here is supposed to be one of the pillars. Did you see that red pillar from top? They put it sound effects so it looks like there's movement in the forest. Kind of keeps it scarier. So yeah, this is the map. Your whole strategy is to survive in a group. This because in the past we had to survive in a group and try to avoid all these infection people. And so you have to like use a pistol or shotgun and try to shoot any infections that come across your way. But it's hard to see in the depth of view because it's so narrow and so dark. So your best chance of survival is rather you have to be, because you can't even jump high. This is just in forage. You have to try to hide somewhere where they can't find you, or try to run around and make it out alive. This is supposed to be where the crazy tree at, but they cut it off. This is what's left of it. You can interact with it. Can't get a page. It looks like Slender's after me. Once I collected the page, that's it. It's all over. But this is the whole infection map. It's good for people who want to have more scarier vibe to the infection. If you're trying to survive an outbreak and this is you come across this place, yeah, your likely chances of survival is less. It's so scarier and darker. I don't know what that does. I just clicked on it. If you go into this building, it's similar to the game, where you make it to the building, you see these little areas. You can go in them if you want to, but I wouldn't recommend it. It's an easy way for the infection to kill you, because they have this one area where you can't escape. This area. If you make it in here, you can die easy. That's the whole Slenderman thing. I usually stay in the sides. I don't go in this area. Be careful where my lanes are at. I'll go somewhere like that so I have an escape route just in case if there's an infection. You can escape to the outside from the Slender building. Now we got that done. Let's go ahead and show you a map that might blow your mind away. That isn't in purely darkness, but it's somewhat insane. Takes your insanity to a different level. Oops, I did the... Okay. This one takes your insane insanity away. The reason why it's in white, it's a different type of version of darkness. Instead of having pitch black, it's now pure in fog. So your whole goal is just... Since it's so small, it reminds me of Time Splitters with the train station. If you play Future Protect, there's this train station that you have to like go inside, and when you go inside, it's most likely a small narrow place, easy for the infection to kill you. So you're likely easy to die, and since it's easier for the players to kill them, what I did is I put some fog in there to make it more like, how you call it, more harder to see. You can tell, look at this. The fog makes it harder to see, so you can't really kill them from far away, so you don't know. And since they're invisible, it makes it more challenging. So that's what makes this really difficult. And you how the music really like punts you away. That's why I put music there. So you have music over there, and then you got these cave sounds. Yeah, like, oh my god. It kind of distracts you because a lot of players do this. And they can make a lot of sound. And putting those cave sounds confuses the players that are not infected, make it harder. That's why you need those cave sounds, because without them, you can easily hear somebody coming, and that's how you can shoot them down. With those cave sounds, makes it harder, so you don't know where they're coming from. And it's kind of like a narrow place, so you have to really like be careful as you look around. This was inspired by, I guess, person who liked Time Splitter so much. He wanted to create a station, and he seemed to do a good job, but he didn't make it playable. That was the problem. So what I did is I took out a couple of stuff and patched up a few settings, and then changed the more distant thing to a foggy distance. So it's more like a train station that's filled in fog. Like if in mornings you wake up and you go outside and you see nothing but fog, that's basically what it is. I don't know what this is. It makes it harder for you to see, so make it easier for infection to blend into the environment. Like they can blend in far away and you can't even see them. So you can look closely, and no matter how close you can't see them. So it's cool for the infection, so they can blend in and then just come at you really out of nowhere, and you have to shoot fast as possible. You don't interact in time, you're dead. That's it, you're done for. And then there's a little area right here. You can also go up, and they can kill you from up here too, so you have to be careful. And it also connects from the top as well, so there's like multiple areas they can come and get you at. And your whole strategy is just to survive. That's about it. You do that and you'll be fine. And this little place is caged up, but I guess this is where you exit. That's what I'm assuming. Or that one right there. They did a pretty good job, so you can't escape no matter how far you go. See, they blocked it. I'm gonna put the music to make it more crazier. Because I like later players like beating right here. So it makes it like really, the noise makes it really harder for them to hear. That's why they shouldn't be in this area. So this is the train station. You could tell they did a good job, even with the noise. I give this a solid B because even though they did a pretty good job, I like they did with it. Since the train station doesn't have them moving, like these trains don't move once in a while, because they can't do that. It's just stuck like that, but it still works for a survival map that you're trying to survive into the round ends. That's what basically what this is. So it makes it really cool to actually play in. Alright. As I'm leaving to this, I'm about to reveal a map that I have been there for centuries. This one, you're gonna love this one. I played this a lot since it's Sevastopol. If you're familiar with the alien thing, this is basically, if you love aliens so much, you're gonna be inspired by this map. This map is a really true scary experience. What space is really about. And it does have multiplayer where you can fight against other opponents or free for all, but it's really scarier when it comes to infection because you don't know what you're expecting. So you have to really be careful when it comes to infection. I mean, even though you have the radar and the alien opponent doesn't, what you call Spartan, unfortunately they have running abilities, they have jumping fast abilities that can able to decimate you, so you have to be careful. So this is it. It was inspired by the person who liked aliens so much that he created this map. And what I did is I just filled it in with objects. And you can even open these and interact. And it does this cool opening where you could just go in there. See, it opens. I put a bunch of weapons because again this is a multiplayer map. And it makes it cool to actually see. So you're trying to shoot. That's what this is. And you can grab all kinds of weapons from any direction. So you're fighting against each other in Sevastopol. It's funny. Tell me. It doesn't work, you see? It's closed off. But it's much funner if you're fighting the multiplayer, but it's more scarier when you're doing an infection. There is a vent somewhere around here. Just gotta find it. Here it is. This is the vent. And you can hide in here as well, but the alien will coming down here and get you, so you gotta be careful. But this little vent is like a narrow path to places, and it also leads to right here, to the exterior. You could shoot each other. We used to fight a lot in multiplayer in this because it was really fun. I've only played like once in a while the infection one, but mostly in multiplayer in this. How fun it was because you could just shoot each other in this map. Again, more inspiration from other maps can make the game much funner. That's what's cool about this. But again, I really want the alien also to return, because without them, it makes the experience less interesting or less fun. That's basically what I'm trying to say. That's why it's better with the aliens around. So this is the map, and it's kind of a small map, but it does make a cool experience to actually try it out for yourself. It does give you right. Let me see if this is even open. Yeah, this is open. You can tell this is some patient that's dead. You can open it from here. So if you're in a Sevastopol and you're looking for a map to just fight in, this is the map you got. Call it. But man, it makes it really loud and intense. Alright, we can leave this. So that's Sevastopol. Probably have time for maybe like a couple of more before I wrap it up. Probably gonna have to make a part 2 because there's still a lot of maps to show. I did wanted to show this map because this one's fun. If you like Five Nights at Freddy's, this is it. This is the Five Nights at Freddy's from the original first game. And the reason why I put this in there is because this Five Nights at Freddy's is really bizarre and cool looking. So you don't know what you're expecting, but you're expecting nothing but totally fun. Nothing but fun. You could fight it in infection or in multiplayer. Though multiplayer makes it narrow and harder to fight, at least it's cool that you're in a pizzeria and you're fighting against his opponents. I think the limit is 8 players. That's what I put, or 6 to 8 players around there. Usually I would have went with 6 because of how small and narrow it is. So 6 would probably be fine, so you could fight against players. You can try out all these other weapons. If you go in here, you're lucky you can get one of the stronger weapons that are around. This one's really strong, you can tell. It's a level 3. I think this is a level 3 maybe? Yeah, it's level 3. It's really strong. Look how fast they are. If they add this in the campaign, it would have been much cooler, but they didn't. That's what gets me mad. They didn't add that. You have to break that. There you go. This is the power-ups. You get power-ups at. And then I placed a lot of regular weapons around here. Supposedly you're fighting against each other in this pizzeria. I think this is Pirate Cove, but there's nobody in there. I just put a teleportation. I think this is parts and service. You have another way to get in there. Leads you to, I think, what is this? Leads you up here. If you're lucky. See how places it can take you if you go into the vents? It takes you so much places. I'm gonna go back down. Not really in the mood to continue vents. So in this pizzeria, you can fight against players. That's why I put it less players. It's so small, and this is like a little place you can close. If you're lucky, you can close this, but it cuts off the power. And you have little shotguns right here. There's a way to take them off, but they can't. So it's just trapped there. I think this is the lights. Doesn't work for some reason. They have like a little. I like what this person did because he added this little like in his call it this similar like secret plate location that gives you like put a secret weapon in here to make it harder for them to kill you. This weapon is really strong. This is where Freddy Fazbear's in his game right here, all singing for you while you're just enjoying the pizza, enjoying the food from those chairs. Basically, when back in the past, I used to go on it with online players, just shooting at each other in this area, this small area, just fighting each other, shooting left and right. We even picked up this weapon as well, and we just do something like that. Oh, it looks like it killed one of the, messed up one of the little tables there. So it's infinite possibilities where this thing can actually take you. Usually for me, if you're like just want to go to the vents, you can do that too. But be aware, because it's like a maze in the vents, you have to be careful. And try to make it through as fast as possible. If you break this, that's it. You can't really like go to this area. Takes you to this weapon. This is a really like strong weapon. Look at that. Like, oh my goodness. That's how powerful it is. Like, what is going on? The weapons are bizarrely powerful. When you're not careful, you can end up getting killed by one of them. So there's this map. That's all the Five Nights at Freddy's have to offer. It was pretty cool. I used to did a bunch of Five Nights at Freddy's, but then I got into the Minecraft and did it in there instead. But the Halo ones does have similarity to that as well, so that's pretty cool to actually see. So now I've shown you that. Let me see if I can do at least a good one. This is a pretty neat one, and you'll like this one a lot. What this one is basically, it's like it trying to blend in, like using environment to make it look like it's underwater, but basically it isn't. But it makes it really cool to actually enjoy showing of what it can actually present here. Because if you really like Rapture, this is a cool team deathmatch / maybe free for all, depending on the situation, that actually makes it really cool to actually feel like you're in a different game. That's what these maps environment does, is it makes you look like you're playing in a different game. I played this a lot, I did. And I was actually having fun with online people. They really enjoyed it a lot. And it looks like they don't. Let me see if I could change teams. There we go. Alright, because my thing wasn't, did I say hotel? This is basically the beginning. The environment looks like it's underwater. That is bizarre. Look at that. You can't even tell what's going on. It's just everything is complete underwater. They did a good job. They did to blend the environment. So basically, it looks like it's all underwater. I like what the creator did because they actually made it really fascinating. It looks like everything is underwater, and this is just basically where you're at. And you can pick up weapons too. because we had fun with this. Basically, the first team, like the blue team against the red team, will go over here, pick up good weapons, and just come down. Or they can go right here, and they can face off each other. Rather capture flag, team death match, or team versus blue versus red. Start shooting each other from these angles. See if I can pick up speed. You can tell they actually made the environment so good that you can tell where you're at. And that's pretty neat what they did. They put an anchor there, and they put a couple of more buildings there, which is cool because it's like you never know that before. He didn't do it exactly like with full detail because again, this is Halo Forge and you can't expect much. He did at least it had enough details to actually make it look like in an illusion where you're actually underwater. That's what's cool about this. You're basically trapped in this underwater place. You can face each other from right here as well. Fortnite does have similarities. We could create custom maps like this, but none of them are like, none of the Fortnite stuff are intensely that good like this one. This one is really good. And since the sound effect and everything was created so equally, it does a good job to make it really cool. So that's what this map is. And that's what makes it fascinating. And whoever is the fastest can get this rocket right here, which is the powerful rocket that you could shoot. Look at that. Really powerful. Can kill you and decimate fast. There's this like little ring place that I made it narrowed small enough that you could able to fight each other against 1v1 or a couple of teammates. Oh my goodness, it's still loud. So there is the Rapture area. Hope you guys were enjoying this live play, or called not live play, but most likely a live streaming video of this whole experience of the Forge creations that I've done over the past. This is really cool. But to end it off, I don't know if anyone else is on. I want to do similar to The Office. If you're familiar with The Office, I want to do something. Technically, the Office, but it is a similarity to there, and this is pretty funny because not only you could do infection, but you can also fight each other in team deathmatch, which is, I think, or free for all, I think. But it makes it really cool that you're actually fighting in the actual Office series, and that's what the whole situation of this is just fighting against each other and trying to survive. I was pretty inspired at what this creator had to do, which was kind of neat, and I did the justifications to make it work, so that actually it'll be really a standalone thing. As you could always round one. So you could tell the whole map. You have lighting. You have the office where they meet each other. You have the place where they worked. And this is where the boss. I don't know his name. He's right here, just always getting Dwight. Always talking to Dwight, and they're doing crazy funny stuff. It's kind of hilarious. And then over here, it's like where, of course, they have someone attending somebody. It's really funny. They had a couple of funny scenes right here, because this is all recognized from The Office, if you're familiar with it. So many scenes that were kind of interesting in this, because you don't know what to say. And over here is where they all did a lot of funny stuff, where they have a bathroom here, which they didn't really have any of this, and they just put that there. But they had a lot of like funny stuff here where they show each other, throwing coffee at each other. I think there's another scene where they had a fire, and I think I don't know, one of the persons, I don't know if it was right here or somewhere else, but He was like breaking the machine and just trying to get as bunch of snacks as possible. It's funny. This is where they sat down and I see they sit down and relax to each other, just enjoyed like talking to each other and eating in their break time. Mostly I added this weapon because this is a really like classic weapon. And it's really cool. If you like this weapon so much, from the Combat Evolve. Like, oh my gosh. Oh yeah, it was right here. He broke the machine. I don't know why would I add a weapon there, but that's basically it. But yeah, this whole place is just the office of the choosing. And we explore many of these areas because you don't know what to expect. And I guess that's off limits. You even have the railgun. Like, oh my goodness. And you can slice and dice. A lot of players like using this because since it's a narrow place, they could just kill an opponent sneakily and then just slash them. Or they didn't even notice. Had a lot of weapons over time, but I was able to get enough to actually make it cool enough to use fighting against each other. But basically, if you're combating in the office, this is it. This is what you're looking for. I don't think you can get out. See, you can't get out. No way you could do that. But yeah, combating this office makes it really cool, and this is like a silencer. You can shoot against other opponents with this. And just take them down just like that without even hesitation. So it makes it a really fun experience if you liked it, like a lot of this a lot. Though the office did have a lot of scenes mostly right here where they meet each other, it's still interesting to know what's going on. Okay. So yeah, this is the map. And I give this like a solid A- because it did enough to convince me of having cameos within the office, though there's still a lot of things they could have added, but since they didn't have enough budget, you can tell it's depleted. At least it's enough to convince you that this is a really cool map. And if you want to give it a shot and try it out with your friends, be sure to check that out, because this is from the past maps that I actually fixed up. And you can't do it from just, oh yeah, let's go ahead and use this custom map. No, you have to do it through mines, because I at least fixed it up and made it actually playable, so you can actually enjoy yourselves fighting in this map and pick up whatever weapons you could find. So you have it. There's the office map. I know I've been playing for a while. I really want to show more, but unfortunately that's gonna be it. This was kind of cool. We have the Halo channel. What's the message of the day? Action sack. There's still a lot of players that show cool stuff, but I don't really play this game anymore. But I do want to continue showing as much as content as possible in this, because even though there's still a lot, they could still, you know, make it really cool and fascinating. You can tell a lot of players still show maps and apps, but I don't really play them that much anymore. You have Free vs Slayer. Oh yeah. I don't know why these players are just doing whatever they can. I don't use it for Free Slayer. I use it for race. You can tell their maps over time got boring. Not that it's good. It's just they either lost interest, or they just decided we don't want to play that kind of stuff anymore. Something like that. But I hope you guys enjoyed this. Go ahead and leave a like to this live stream video. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, go ahead and do that so often. Subscribe to both Orlock and Jimmy Wilson. And we'll see you again on another Forge live stream video from Sevastopol Orlock 425. I hope to see you again soon, very soon. And that's gonna be all for this part 1. Thank you guys so much, and bye bye.